So let's jump right in with our Keynote sponsor, Unicoin.com. This is a revolutionary currency backed by a portfolio of emerging companies with potential for exponential growth that are part of a global innovation fund. Unicoin is a new generation of smart coin that generates dividends and boosts your ROI. Speaking on behalf of Unicoin.com is the executive producer for Unicorn Hunters, Silvina Maschini.
Pleasure to be here with you today to talk about money. And to talk about money, I would like to talk about a story that marked my life ever since I was a little girl. My dad, a very savvy man, once told me that I could be anything I wanted to be. But if I wanted to be a princess, I needed to be a princess that built her own castle. And this is why I became an entrepreneur. In 2000, I had the opportunity to be part of the leadership team of a company that was revolutionizing how people manage money. It was a company called Paragon.com, and back at that time, they were building the MTV of retail finance, combining a media company with a financial destination to help people understand and easily connect with the idea of managing their own money. This company became very successful because it was sold to Banco Santander Central Hispano in $786 million, a few weeks before the Nasdaq collapse. I learned many things. One is that the future of money, back even in 2000, was digital. Paragon was proposing a media company that will help people to understand how to manage their money, but also was proposing, back at that time when online banking didn't exist, that the management of money was going to be done online, through online banking and through person-to-person payments. In a nutshell, digital money, money that can be transferred digitally from one person to the other. I also learned at that time that timing is everything in business, and also learned another big lesson, that crisis, as Chinese said, bring alongside opportunity. This is why the pandemic was one of the major catalysts of acceleration of our times, and instead of bringing challenges, it also brings many opportunities. The opportunities, in my case, to become the first Latin America to lead a billion-dollar company, alongside with my partner, Alex Konanikin. At that time, we were leading a software company that enables remote work. Back in 2015, we moved from the United States to Italy, to Verona, a very beautiful place in the state of Veneto, and we needed to manage our team efficiently. So we realized that if your team is global or distributed, it is always virtual. We developed a software called Transparent Business that helped us to bring transparency into remote workforce management. Of course, as back in 2000 when people were pitched with our value proposition at Patagon telling that the future of money was digital, back in 2015, when we say the future of work was remote, we got a lot of laugh and a lot of strange looks saying like, you are totally delusional, this is not going to happen. But the pandemic brought a massive acceleration to the market and sent 3.4 billion people to their homes. So remote work became the normal and the basis for business continuity. And we became a billion-dollar company. We did it thinking differently. We did it by raising money, leveraging from the Jobs Act that enabled companies to pitch their value proposition and sell their equity to private investors. So through the Jobs Act, we raised $50 million and took our company to $1 billion valuation. And this is something that we also learn and deliver to make more people able to invest in companies like ours through our show, Unicorn Hunters. So a year ago, exactly yesterday, we launched the Unicorn Hunters show, which is a Shark Tank-like show, but much better, because instead of having 4 people evaluating small and medium businesses, We seek for the next unicorn, a company that looks like our company, and allow people from around the world to invest in them at the same time that alongside our partners that include Google, Microsoft, the leading innovation hubs of many different countries, we select the companies that have the potential to become the next unicorn. And we allow people that is watching the show, that by now is watched by millions of people from around the world, to co-invest with us. So it's like a Shark Tank meet the Squid Game. Perhaps you're familiar with the Squid Games in Netflix, but it's the first interactive show that brings across the screens the opportunity to invest. And we do this with the best people in the industry, partnering up with the leading executive producer in Hollywood, Craig Plastis, who is the producer of the Masked Singer, as well I was the producer of The Apprentice, and with a stellar team of judges, what we call the Circle of Money, in which I have the enormous privilege of having Rosie as one of my co-panelists and part of the board of my company, and of course, my partner, Alex. Alex, if you don't know him, is over there. He was one of the most prominent entrepreneurs. He founded the largest commercial bank in Russia when he was 23, and then emigrated to the United States. And we also have Lance Bass. Perhaps you remember as a band boy of NSYNC, over there, the gentleman in the purple jacket. Steve Wozniak, the co-founder of Apple, and Mo Bella, who was the chief of administration and senior advisor to both Vice President Biden and Vice President Gore. So we bring together the public sector, the private sector, and the innovators to assess the next generation of unicorns, what we call the soonicorns, soon to be unicorns, and we allow the people to bet on them and put their word and their money together, put their money where the worth is. And the show became a massive sensation, and for us, it became a fantastic enabler for what we are doing now, which is a new generation cryptocurrency. And why this? Because we understood, and I personally understood very early on, that the future of money is digital, that currencies have to evolve over time, and the good old paper doesn't do it anymore. As you could see, fiat currencies are going down, and we have been hitting high inflation for many years, and today especially. So the cryptocurrency market exceeds $3 trillion. Bitcoin, who was the first player, who did all the work for us, has been around for 13 years and built from the ground up the market. But there are other markets, there are other opportunities out there, and we are at the very right time and the very right moment for what we call the next generation of cryptocurrencies. And we'll explain a little bit more about that. But the market is so big that if we compare it with a country, it will be as big as the United States. The United Emirates is leading in innovation, and it's bringing a lot of legislation to support this. And it's certainly going to become a very significant market. My country, Argentina, is from Latin America, one of the most relevant countries in cryptocurrencies. And countries adopt cryptocurrencies for many different reasons. Some to facilitate the trade, some others because they really like innovation. But what we're seeing here is that more and more cryptocurrencies are accepted for trade. In our case, we launched Unicoin 3 months ago, and we have a big chunk of the transactions that we do it as a form of payment for services, and we hadn't even been around for more than three months. So 12.5 of the transactions with crypto in the world is the growth that they are having like year to years, and over 18,000 businesses accept crypto as part of their currencies, and this is going up and up more and more every day. But not all the cryptocurrencies are the same, and We have currency, cryptocurrencies and token values. We have initial coin offerings. We have security tokens. We have utility tokens. And we have stable coins that are usually paid with the traditional currency. There are challenges associated to that, and you probably, if you are following the news, you learn many of them. One of the most important challenges that traditional cryptocurrencies bring is the high volatility. The Bitcoin and some other currencies dropped to their highest low this week in the last 11 months. And even stable coins that are highly affected by inflation because it's money that shrinks because they are paired with the traditional currency are going out. There is also a high risk investment because of the volatility. One day you can be up high, one day you can be at the bottom of the ocean. And anonymity and lack of transparency, which also bring the risk of having governments more and more stepping up and regulating this and putting all the traditional crypto assets at risk of becoming illegal. But also it can be used for illicit use. And some people, traditional luminaries in the world of finance, that by the way, he talked about Rossi extensively in his last speech in Berkeley Hathaway. Warren Buffett said that he will not take Bitcoin for $25, even if they give him 25, all the Bitcoin of the world for $25. So what we came up, based on our background on financial technology and how we can build the next generation of cryptocurrencies is with a concept that address the issues of traditional cryptocurrencies and leverage from all the positive things that the new wall of innovation, the new wall of money, the explosion of innovative startups and scale-ups can bring, bringing together Alex's financial background as a banker, my expertise in financial technology, and of course, the unpayable, like the priceless expertise of our board member, Rossi Rios, to create the next generation cryptocurrency, which is not more nor less than an equity back. And when we say an equity back, on Hunter's concept, we select the highest potential startups and scale-ups in the world to create a fund of fund that will be feeding the value of our coin. So we are betting on innovation in scale-ups, in the companies that are disrupting the world, that have the highest potential to become unicorns or decacorns or octocorns, and we are leveraging from that to create a fund that will grow, because differently than what the traditional cryptos that are backed by gold, that it's precious but it doesn't grow, or traditional fiat money that it only shrinks because of the inflation, we are betting to back our cryptocurrency with a fund that is fed by the highest potential companies in the world. And the show helped us to create a deal flow because it attracts the companies, and we are selecting companies from the most innovative countries in the world. I'm lucky enough, and as well as Alex, to be granted the golden visa, and we are very much looking forward to work with Dubai and the Emirates in general and the Gulf to bring more entrepreneurs into the show and to support this. And for that, very, very quickly, I want to share a little video that shows exactly what Unicoin is. So it's a smarter coin, and we call it a smarter coin because it has a solid value proposition behind, and it leverages from the hype of the cryptocurrencies, but with a rational backing. When we present it to our audience, investors, and the media, they finally said, wow, this is a currency that makes sense because everybody can understand. It pays dividends as well, so we offer a cryptocurrency that not only grows or has the potential to grow exponentially, but it can also generate revenues, generate dividends for our coin holders. The supply will be 25 billion coins. We are doing something different than the traditional crypto. So instead of launching them into the exchanges, we do believe in brand, and brand drive masses. Well, I'm a marketer myself, so what we are doing is to build a massive visibility campaign to create the value for the brand, so we will create the demand. We will mint the token very soon, but we'll launch it to the exchanges early on 2023 when the demand is created, because our target is to list it at $1. We released the concept 3 months ago only for our shareholders, and doing a small round of $10 million. And we were lucky enough, as you know, timing is everything in business, to be received very, very well by them. In 3 days, our $10 million round was oversubscribed by 10 additional millions. So we launched it at a larger price, and then we closed it. And we are now conducting our first lowest price offering at 10 cents for the public. Our goal is to take it to the exchanges at $1. And if we do things right, and I hope that we will, because we have the best team behind, and the moment is absolutely adequate to take it to $40 in a few years, in a few months, and then to become the largest cryptocurrency with intrinsic value in the world. So we are in a very, very lucky spot, because when the market of crypto goes down, we are different because we offer real value. And when it goes up, we get leverage from that hype. It's backed by Unicorn Hunters, as we said, so we are leveraging from the massive visibility that the show is having. Only in 1 year, we have better metrics than Shark Tank. And we are starting distribution, partnering with media companies, in negotiations with Time Warner and many more, so they stream the show. So by having a media company, we get to get the audience literally for free, because the media channels and the media companies are leveraging from our show because it's great content, and it helps us to get the investors for that. So as you see, like, our main focus now has been to have the brand everywhere. If you go to any airport in the US, you will see it. If you go to Los Angeles, you will see buses around the world. We are participating of the leading events, such as this one, presenting what we are doing in the crypto space to redefine cryptocurrencies, to create real value with cryptocurrencies. And also, we are doing a lot of public relations. We are lucky enough to have among our partners and endorsers, Steve Wozniak, who rarely invests, who rarely believes in crypto, but he believes in Unicoin, because this is a next generation, different type of crypto that is actually a vehicle for enabling and facilitating investments. So among many of these exposure opportunities, we're also leveraging from celebrities. So you will see many, many, many super famous people creating and minting their own type of unicorns. It will be Unicoin powered by Chris Carter, one of the 10 NFL Hall of Fame players that we sign up as ambassador. We'll get probably the most famous Latin singers very, very soon on board. I cannot tell you details, but you will see that they will be doing what many NFTs do, but with crypto, by powering unicorns, and we'll get massive visibility through that. And as I said, we do believe that this is going to be massively successful as well, because the timing is right. The world needs a next generation cryptocurrency. The market is ripe for thinking differently. And our team is perhaps the best team in the world. I'm lucky and fortunate to have Ms. Rosie Rios as our partner, Alex Konenikin, Mo Bella from the former advisor of the White House, Andrew Wynn, executive from Berkeley, and a very, very seasoned team of specialists, not teenagers that are not programmers. We are business people thinking on how to create the next generation of investment to democratize access to capital for the world, helping people of all walks, especially women, which is one of my missions, that have 80% of the decisions in this world for purchases, but rarely invest, to invest in the next generation of unicorns. So as Jeff Bezos once said, we need to invent, so we need to experiment. So we experimented many different ways, and we found a way in which we can create extraordinary wealth for everyone. And we launched Unicoins to do that. So thank you very much. We have a booth up there. If you are brave enough to walk to the end of the road, you will find it, and we'll be very, very happy to answer any questions. Thank you so much.